Dark Wolf Den first. Hey, Scott Balo. What'd you say damn for? Was it loud? What y'all up to tonight? Hello, Patrick. Had to go shopping. Mm. What did you shop for? Groceries? Hey, meditation man. Oh, that's okay. You can fall asleep. I had to stay late at work, so I didn't get to change or distilled water. Oof. That's okay. Oh, CPAP machines? Ooh, love you too, Scott Balo. Hey, Creek Mary. My father-in-law drinks distilled water and it's gross. That's why I was like, ugh. He has to drink it for some reason. I'm not sure why. So, meditation man, are you back into Robert Wood's stream yet? Dark Wolf's Den, quite a bit actually. I'm downloading something I was asked to mirror on my Chan, working on questions for my next interview. Who are you going to interview next? Hey, Linsby. Meditation, I am robotic man. Oh, yeah, I saw did you see the I am stream meditation man? Those callers, man, they were on there for like ever. It was crazy. Oh, I can't get back in. I'm sorry. I know you love Robert Wood or whatever. I had a long ass day. I'm a visualist for our store. I sell jewelry and I'm the visualist too, so I had to stay and do a bunch of shit. It wasn't fun. Dark Wolfston says, I just got confirmation tonight. I began emailing with chick. Ooh, yeah, I'm excited for that. Meditation Man. Where's the I am stream? It was on earlier. Like I think like around 8:30 or something. I didn't have the energy to handle that many people as Jason had, so I just relaxed in small chat. Yeah, I mean that's too many people. That's crazy. Yeah, that girl. I mean, she's into a lot of. Dark Wolf's Den says he doesn't have a time and date set yet, but it won't be long from now. Chick is like she knows some stuff, and I've been subscribed to her for years, just because of other stuff. Somebody asked me how it ended, and I said I must not remember how it ends because I'm going to Martha's. Oh, thanks, Creek Mary. You're awesome. Lindsay, I'm sitting down and woke up at 5:30 a.m. Always look forward to your streams. Thank you for taking time. Oh, no. I mean, yeah, I appreciate y'all taking time to listen to me ramble. Dark Wolfstead. Yeah, I think I caught part of yours. I kept thinking, is that Dark Wolf? And I realized it was. And one Pop Tart. Are you going to wrap up the other one? Skookum? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't know. Quick Mary, I asked if anyone else had heard the same live stream 3 times, and people said It's happened to them too. Yeah, that used to happen to me with Brian McFarlane's streams and stuff he talked about. Like we would see stuff, me and my husband, and I would be like, he put out this video like 3 months ago. So I just can't watch him. I mean, I'll watch him sometimes, but Skookum says, well, spell it phonetically for me so I can say that. Skookum was like, I have to share them with my boys. I'm lucky to get one. Oh, Dark Wolf says he has Jason on the interview list. With a little butter. Ooh, Pop-Tarts and butter. I said it right? Okay, cool. Creek Mary, I'm glad my fiance was here. He heard them say the same thing 3 times. That's crazy. And that happens to me. Lindsay's like, butter on a Pop-Tart. Where's that idea been all my life? Yeah, I know. Butter makes it better, doesn't it? That's part of the reason, like, I tried to transition to be a vegan and I just couldn't do it. It was hard. What am I going to do without butter? And then I'm allergic to nightshade vegetables. So it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to eat? So I had to add it back. I had to add some stuff back in. Still no flesh. Something about it that just doesn't sit right with me. Skookum. Okay, I can do that. Meditation Man says, my vlogs are going to be driving around New England with expired Florida tags. I'm sure it's a good way to get pulled over. Crick Mary says, dang, another reason I'm glad for these chats. It feels better to know it's not just you and other people are so calm. Yeah. I think I tend to be a pretty calm person anyway. I try to be. I mean, unless you poke the bear. I can be an asshole, but I don't want to be. I try really hard not to be. Vegan butter is not amazing, but I like the earth balance. Yeah, there's too much soy in vegan cooking. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have any other way of making estrogen, so I think soy is okay for me. Let's see. Meditation Man, no law of attraction. What does that mean? You don't think there's a law of attraction? Meat just grosses me out. I don't know. There's something about it. It's just, I don't know. I stopped eating it and now I just can't eat it. Skookum says, I don't use soy. I use coconut, nut oils, olive. Yeah. And butter. No, she couldn't be a vegan because she uses butter. No, I won't get stopped. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Now I get it. If you're in Mississippi, you would. If one little old lady speeds where I live, they pull you over. In fact, they stop, like they'll set up roadblocks in my neighborhood and they'll sit there and stop you and ask they just want to see your license, your driver's license. It's like Nazi Germany. Says Martha Jane M. or at the room, is there anything that you would like me to ask Chick Mandela? No, I don't know. I don't know. I can just listen to her, speak. I mean, she knows a lot of stuff. What was it? Oh no, I have to think about that. My brain's so fried right now. Meditation Man says only eat Reese's products. That is so crazy. Lindsay says raw meat grosses me out too, but I cook it for my family. Yeah, I cook steaks for my husband. He's, he works really hard. He's got to have it. Reese's. Still shook. Oh, I don't know. I always say Reese's. I don't know what they are. Oh, she focuses on geography. Well, she also knows a lot about, different, like different religions, different texts, all these like meditation methods. She used to do videos about like manifesting things. I used to watch her a long time ago because of those. Until I realized that, like for me, it's not good for me to try to manifest things outside of God's help. I know I'm exhausted too. I had to redo all the visuals in the store tonight, so I was there for a long time. A vendor came in today and he left a freaking bag of diamond rings on the floor. And he left, and I was over there cleaning the case, and I looked down, there was a whole bag of diamond rings. I was just like, oh, it was horrible. I just told my boss immediately. I was like, oh my God. Meditation Man says, I'm going to show y'all how I drive a 70 Nova into the age of Aquarius. Ooh, where back south? Are you coming back to Florida? Skookum says, I manifest all the time. The universe loves me. Yeah, I mean, I do too. I mean, just like little stupid things, though. Creek Mary says, I saw someone on a video that advised manifesting things is still being stuck in materialism. Yeah, that's true. I mean, but for me, like, there will be something that I want and it just comes. Like this house, for instance. I mean, we saw this house. I drove past it and I was like, that's a cute house. I was like, it'd be nice to live in a little place like that when we were looking for houses to buy. And it came up for sale like a month later. The people like got into financial trouble, which makes me feel bad, but what can I do? Lindsay at Dark Wolf's Den. Oh, yes, I totally have questions for her. I wonder if she noticed changes to Vancouver Island, BC, and the whole coastline, really. It changed for me in January. Skookum says, things that I want, though, were for my work to help me. Well, yeah. And like for me, I mean, the land that we're getting, I mean, I feel like I totally manifested that situation. But I just, I kept praying about it, just trying to see where I was supposed to go and what it was supposed to be like, and it just appeared. Florida. Meditation Man's going back to Florida. He said, I learned my lesson not to worry. Yankees and Lyme disease can really teach you not to worry. Hey, M. Hobbs. M. Hobbs says, I live on Vancouver Island and it has changed 2 years ago for me. That's what's so disturbing when the area you live in changes. Hey, Skookum, have you ever done like reverse speech on some of the kids that you work with? I don't know if you work with kids that can't communicate. You ought to try it. My husband messes with it constantly. Skookum says, wow, Hobbs, they say coastline changes. Lone Eagle is mapping out a few states to keep track. Lindsay, also Hawaii looks farther away from the coast and the east coast of the U.S. with Florida sticking out to the right. Yeah. And obviously the fact that South America is no longer under North America. Yeah, and then the Gulf of Mexico for me is like so small because I grew up on the Gulf of Mexico, like in Louisiana. Now the coastline changes to Louisiana are like erosion, but I mean, just the Gulf in general is like smaller. It's not as open. Cuba's closer. Um, I mean, there are parts like on the other side under California. It seems like there are parts that I remember being like a part of parts of Mexico. I remember being part of California, but I'm one of those people. I remember 52 states. So, because wouldn't you have to record them? Cuba is huge. Yeah, Cuba is big. And it really, I mean, I used to sit there and look at maps and think, how can people swim from Cuba to Florida? But now I can see it. I mean, it's so close. Dark Wolf. He's like, I'm writing it down. Yeah, she has some videos about, let me look up her channel. Let's see. This is so stupid. Andy Warhol on the moon. Let's see. I mean, and I totally studied Andy Warhol. I have a degree in fine art, and if Andy Warhol was on the moon, I'd fucking know about it. Let's see. I mean, I read like his like the biography that he did with this lady. I don't know. I think I have it somewhere. Trying to find her channel. I can't remember. What is her channel name? Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Lindsay says, I woke up and saw new mountains one morning in January. I actually remember seeing this happen before, possibly last summer. Are you North or South Island? Hey, Poppy Elm. Let's see. Florida did move because of weight of all the many people that moved there. Poppy's joining the bandwagon. She's like, East Coast smaller, Mexico smaller too, Baja shorter, Australia. The New Zealand thing is the one for me, and I totally remember a landmass on the other side too. So for me, New Zealand was like the top. Like if you're looking at the map, it was like the top right corner. But whatever. Does anybody here remember 52 states in the U.S.? Because I remember Columbia being up near Canada, like towards New England. And then I remember the state of Jefferson, like over on top of California, like in between California and Washington State. Let's see. Do I remember the name of the missing island? No. Let's see. Florida looks buggered to me too. Yeah, it's very odd. The south coast of the U.S. It really is. I'll have to get it for the next time I come on, but I have this photo album. Well, it's my husband's photo album, but you can see there are pictures of him at a party. And when you look at them, like you can't recognize him from one picture to another. And that's really bizarre for me. Let's see. Dark Wolf then says, yes, New Zealand on the top. Yeah, it was like the top right. Let's see. Said I think the 52 state people remember that island. You talking about like Puerto Rico? See, and I remember being a kid, and they were talking about like Puerto Rico becoming a state, like a proposed state. And I was thinking, I remember looking at the flag, thinking to myself, how are they going to fit uh, like 53? Like, how is that going to work? Because it's going to be an odd number. And people are always like try to correct me and say, oh, you're thinking of, you know, you're thinking of this or that. I'm not thinking of any U.S. territories. Okay, Lindsay says, yes, I remember 52, but I also remember 51. Definitely the red stripe under the blue, though. Yeah, that's for sure. Poppy, I'm a 50 stater. And see, that's another thing, though, Poppy. I'm older than you, too. It seems like people that remember 52 states tend to be more my age for some reason. I don't know why that is. And that changed for me probably, I was probably like in third or fourth grade is when it changed to 50 states. Okay, Dark Wolfston, we haven't got the time date set yet. Yeah. Red stripe under the blue. The Australian island people tend to remember 52 states. That's interesting. And I've heard that people in England, Scott Harrison said it, I think, that people in England remember Colombia as a state. Because I mean, that used to be like when I was first like trying to reach out and speak to people online. That's something I used to ask in chats all the time, just to try to find people who remembered something that I did, so I could try to connect with somebody who I felt like, you know, would understand me. So a lot of people don't. Just like, you know, they call it the Mandela effect, but there really aren't that many people that remember Nelson Mandela dying. Like when you look into the, you know, when you just sit there and ask around and do your own surveys, you know, a lot of them were not alive when that happened originally, or it's just not something that they really remember. They weren't alive during that time. So it's interesting about the age being a factor. Yeah, because I just think it's something that changed back then. Just like, you know, the thing with Nelson Mandela, you know, because I clearly remember learning about apartheid in school because he died. I mean, because I was in school at that time. I was a little kid. But still, I mean, they used it as an opportunity to teach us about that and, you know, how he died as a martyr and things like that. But let's see. Lindsay says, I actually connect a lot better with people about 10 years older. Yeah. It just seems to me like people in their 40s remember that one, or like the Tiananmen Square guy. I mean, there's a lot of people, like if you're born in the 90s, you weren't alive when that happened, so you're not necessarily going to remember that. Skookum says, I don't remember him dying. I just didn't notice maybe. Yeah, I mean, like here, for some reason, I mean, they were talking about it in school. So, and I just remember when I was a teenager, like in high school, I remember him becoming president of that African country. And I thought to myself, damn, I thought he was dead. And I asked people and they were like, no, you know, he just, you know, so whatever. I totally remember it. And just like, what's that religious guy? I can't even remember his name right now. My brain is so fucking fried. Not Jerry Falwell. What is his name? Anyway, the old religious guy. I remember him dying 3 times. I can't remember his name. Let's see. I'm picking you out emoji gifts. Says Dark Wolfston, I can give Nelson Mandela up to false reporting. I don't know. I don't think they would have taught it in my school if it was false reporting. Says, but the Bee Bears, no question. Yeah, that was one of the ones for me that I was just like, no fucking way, because I remember when it was both. Let's see. Poppy Elm said, I was taught he died in prison. See, I don't know how old you are, Poppy. I think you might be in your 30s. So I mean, that's close. But like somebody like my nephew, like he wouldn't remember. He was born like in I think 93. Like somebody that age is not going to remember. Says I didn't learn much in school, but I remember that I had a good old fashioned basic public school education. I was born in '84. Yeah. Let's see. Skickum said I had a house full of boys to watch and a nutty husband. Yeah. Having a husband's like having another child. Creek Mary says age 62 here, and I remember being surprised Shirley Temple was alive and an ambassador. Surprised at the Lindbergh baby. Now I remember, yeah, the Lindbergh baby thing. I remember reading about it when I was in high school, maybe, or like maybe junior high, and that it was like a mystery. It was like an unsolved mystery. And then when I saw a report later about that baby being found, I thought to myself, well, maybe they uncovered some other evidence. I used to always just like brush it off and like make excuses. So I was one of those. Yeah, I remember when Nelson Mandela died in prison. How sad. Yeah. See, Poppy Elm, I thought it was his wife that became president after he died. Yeah, Billy Graham. Because the boarding school I went to was called French Camp Academy, and they used to make us watch Billy Graham every damn day. Skookum wins. And she's like, booyah. The Lindbergh baby threw me. They never found that baby. I know. And I think that changed like in the 90s. I don't know though. Either 90s or early 2000s. Okay, so see, Poppy Elle's 37. So she's at the right age to remember all that shit. I remember being taught, and this is Creek Mary. I remember being taught in California in fourth grade that Brazil changed its capital from Rio to Brasilia. See, in the Brasilia thing, I didn't hear about that till very recently. I always thought it was like Rio de Janeiro or whatever. So, yeah, Brasilia. That's a recent thing for me. I have never fucking heard of that before. Says, I remember at least one man coming forward. Hey, a lone one. I didn't realize you're in here. And a lone one says, I remember at least one man coming forward in the late 20th century claiming to be the Lindbergh baby. What? That is really interesting. Yeah, if it had been found, that would have not happened. Yes. Ooh, I like all these emojis. Let's see. Not every damn day. My screen went down. It's just creepy, all of it. Yeah. And I've been reading a lot lately about like archons and things. I've been reading like ancient texts, and, you know, a lot of people like describe these things as almost like robotic, or I guess they compare them to this type of technology that we have now, and, just saying how they could manipulate our minds and create other realities. And I just think if quantum computers even work, if that's not just total bullshit, because, I just don't believe anything until I see it. But if they do work, I mean, the creators of them admit themselves that they're sitting there using these things to connect with other realities and to these beings that don't care about us, which is so fucking weird to me. Let's see. Yeah, people always come forward claiming to be the Lindbergh baby. Now, I don't remember that, but I do remember the Princess Anastasia. I remember there was this lady who claimed that she was. And Skookum says they proved that the Anastasia person was an imposter. Yeah. See, Poppy remembers people claiming to be the baby. I've never seen that. That's cool, though. Statue of Jesus was on top of Sugarloaf Mountain, not on the side. It was always being hit by lightning. Another one that has got me was the way that Harry Houdini dies in this reality. M. Hobbs, let's see. I remember him dying like in a trick. Like, didn't he drown, or gets smothered to death or something like that. What is it now? Yeah, I remember him either drowning. He died like performing a magic, like doing a performance. Okay, Creek Mary says Harry Houdini didn't die from something rupturing. The movie had him getting punched in the stomach. Maybe. The Lindbergh baby is really Bat Boy, like from Batman and Robin. Let's see. Ruptured something when he got hit. Appendix or something. See, Poppy remembers he was punched that led to the rupture. Let's see. See, Dark Wolfstead says, see, I remember Houdini being known for dying in a botched trick. Yes, he was like tied up there. It was like a botched trick, and I don't know if he drowned or he suffocated from a drowning tank in M. Hobbs. In my reality, Harry H. died from... What does it say now? Like, what's the official... Yes, he drowned. Okay. Linsby, I feel like I've seen residual on the claiming of being Lindbergh, like in Seinfeld. Maybe. Linsby remembers him drowning during a trick. Let's see. Was he in Ted Kennedy's trunk? Yeah, he was like right there with the girl they killed. Those people. Okay, let's see. Creek Mary says in the movie, it was in a tank. It had something to do with getting punched. See, Skookum says he got injured or something. It led to his death, which is a shame. Poppy Elm, oh no, dual memory. I hate that. I remember that drowning too. See, and like a lot of times you don't remember it unless somebody says it. And you're like, oh shit, I remember it both ways. I hate that. The drown. Says, Skookum says, oh geez, meditation man, you sound like you should be at the correspondence dinner. Dual memories make my brain hurt. Me too. I fucking hate that shit. Oh, have y'all ever done this? Like, there's a group called Starship, and they did that song from the beginning of the movie The Mannequin, or it was like in that movie, and there was like a lyric change not that long ago, and I'm telling you, I would sit there and think about the past and think about in the 90s when I used to watch it over and over again. And I could hear it the old way. And then if I relaxed and got myself back to where I was, I would hear it the new way. Like, you know, kind of like a flip flop. Like you could make it flip flop. Like right when the change first happens, I can usually do that. What's up, little girl? That's fine. My daughter's sitting in here eating ice cream. Let's see. Lindsay said it's in The Simpsons, the Lindbergh baby. It was Grandpa screaming, I am the Lindbergh baby. Oh, yeah, that's about right. Abe Simpson. Oh, yeah. Of course it's Abe Simpson. So Skookum says he died of perionitis. Oh, I just looked it up. What is perionitis? Do you know what perionitis is?
I'm not that smart.
Yes, you are. You should know. Yeah, the Clausen pickles. I remember it with a K though. What is it now? Is it a C or a K? I remember it with a K. Oh, M. Hobbs says, like with pretend and begin to pray in California Dreaming. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that we did that too. Me and my husband. Like whenever we see music change, we sit down and try to do that. Or sometimes I'll hear it the new way, he'll hear it the old way, or vice versa. So that's always really interesting because we're there, we both realize it changed, but one will hear it one way and one will hear it the other way, which is bizarre. Or we'll hear it one way and our kids will hear it another way. That's always weird. Says infection of the lining of the thorax. Ooh. The Lindbergh baby was a backup dancer for Dwight Yoakam. I don't even know who that is. It's a C now. Ugh, that's so stupid. It was a K. That's ridiculous because I remember those commercials. And also, no, those were Vlasic. No, but see, I used to be a vendor for Kraft and Procter and Gamble, and I used to always have to move those damn pickles out of the way to stock the Vlasic pickles. So I don't know. I've just seen that label too many times. I know it was K. Says Harry Houdini died of peritonitis secondary to a ruptured appendix. He died in a hospital. Oh my God. Meditation, man, it sucks our thoughts to manifest. So here's some dancing shoes and a scuba tank. Oh, that's sad that. See, and I just wonder, did they really have a baby? Did the baby really die? Is that, is that why it's a Mandela effect? I mean, is it just bullshit? Because like you look at all the stuff that happens now, like all of these like false flag events and I remember, does anybody remember Russian Vids? I used to love that guy. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but he put out this video one time and it showed these people like blowing up a car. It was in an Arab country, but they blew up a car and then everybody ran in and like laid down. And it was like some surveillance footage that got leaked. And I mean, and when you see like the news footage of it, I mean, it looked like a bombing and people were hurt, but it was a hoax, and they showed it being set up. Vlasic is now, that's bullshit. It always had two S's. Yes, Vlasic. How does Vlasic pickle spelled? One S? Ugh, my daughter remembers it the new way.
My favorite thing is telling my teachers about Mandela effects.
What do you tell them about Mandela effects?
I want to tell them. Well, one time I was in world history, and my teacher was talking about how Star Wars had a lot of similarities to like World War II and like the Nazis and stuff like that. And then she said something along the lines of like, she referenced the movie. She was like, Luke, I am your father. I was like, Miss Reed, if you like Star Wars, you ought to rewatch that scene. She's like, why? I was like, because that's not what it says. It says, no, I am your father. She's like, what? I was like, yeah. I mean, aren't you a big fan of Star Wars? She's like, it's always been Luke. I was like, well, now it's no. And she's like, I'm going to have to look into that.
That's my baby, waking people up.
And there was another time when my English teacher was singing the Mr. Rogers song. She's like, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I was like, Miss Twilly, you're singing that wrong. She's like, what? I was like, it's this neighborhood. And she's like, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. It just doesn't sound right.
See,
I don't like that.
And that's the thing. I mean, I think that most people are, I really hate when people try to sit there and judge others and say, oh, this person's affected, this person's not affected. I mean, whatever. Because you don't know. You don't know what somebody really goes through. I mean, those people are affected. They just don't realize they are. That's the thing. I mean, they may not be able to see it on their own, but, somebody who's not affected would have answered, the current reality's answer every single time. That's someone who's not affected to me. I don't know. That kind of shit. When people try to say people are not affected, that's bullshit to me because you just don't know. You don't know what other people have been through and what they know. Let's see. Linsby says, that's so funny. Love that she's waking up people in her own special way. Yeah, she'll be like 16 this summer, so at least she's woke.
Hashtag woke.
Let's see. Vlasic originally. Yeah, it was two S's for me. Yeah, Creek Mary says, I think people have just not found their trigger. Yeah. And Poppy's like, yeah, your teacher is affected.
Both of them were.
Yeah, Linsby says, some people have a better perception of things changing. I notice things in a different way. Yeah, my eyes and brain are weird. See, and that's, yeah.
Don't even get me started on when we were reading Julius Caesar and I was telling everyone in the class, that's not how it was spelled.
Oh, yeah, Caesar. Yeah, that was one from a while back. She was saying, like, when they were reading Julius Caesar, that she was telling people that's not how it was spelled. And my older one will sit there and debate flat Earth for. Poppy Elm says, "Me too, Lynn's hubby is affected, but we're affected differently," and that's the case for me and my husband too. We see a lot of the same stuff, but it seems like I tend to be more on like, what do we do now? And he's more on the changes and like predicting like what's going to change, when it's going to change, which is something I'd like to get into. I don't know if I can see, I can predict like I can see a pattern, but predicting a pattern is more difficult for somebody like me. I think you have to just honestly have a more mathematical mind than I have. Larry catastrophe me. Hey, Larry, how are you doing? Says, honestly, they should come with Surgeon General warnings like SIGs might die if you hang out with them. The balcony scene is back. What? It flip flopped? Damn. Oh, yeah, that is my favorite residual, too. Lens V says, my favorite residual for Luke, I am your father, is Tommy Boy when he's talking. He's like, Luke into the fan. That was cute. Hey, Larry, welcome in. Yeah, we're just talking about good times, all this bullshit. For me, I just says, can you read it again? Oh, can I read it again? Let's see. Oh, what? Why? Because the way I said it, I was goofy. Says Linsby, that was the first thing I thought of when people said Luke had changed. Honestly, they should come with Surgeon General warnings like SIGs might die if you hang out with them. Meditation Man says, hi, Larry. Wait, I don't know if I get it. I don't know. I'm trying to understand. SIGs might die if you hang out with them. Double post. I don't know. Hey, Claire Hatton, how are you doing? You burn them up and smoke them, they die. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, thanks, M. Hobbs. I didn't get it for some reason. Oh, that's not nice, Larry. I'm going to hide that comment. My kids, their grandmother's actually half Creole, so that's not very nice for you to say. He said the N word. That's not cool. Oh well. Let's see. Let's get rid of this motherfucker. Race trader, whatever, dick. Now you sound like my parents. That's all right. Thank you, Poppy Ellen. That's why I made you a moderator. Oh my goodness. Bye, Felicia. Oh Lord. And see, like we're from New Orleans,
That's not
Louisiana.
gonna be the last time that happens, Mom.
Oh, I know. But we're from New Orleans, Louisiana, and they are like everybody lives together. Like you can have like a mansion, a crack house, like a nice middle class family. Just everybody lives together. Like people, like social classes are not separated. It's a port city. There's people from all over the world. So when I moved to Mississippi and I heard things like that, it was really odd for me. I'm just not used to it. And it just, in this day and age, it still just kind of shocks me. So, and really, like you're talking about my kid's grandmother. You're an asshole. So, anyway, definitely, I am Nola. Nola, baby. That's right. Let's see. That is just crazy. There's no need for that. Oh, well. I'm a race trader.
What does that even mean?
That I should have, married who my parents wanted me to, I guess. That's some bullshit. There's been enough inbreeding in my family. We don't need any more. Hey, Control. Oh, Lord. How are you doing? Skookum says, I loved calling the South when I worked for a health call center. Love those peeps. Yeah. The South is something else. Like, especially Mississippi, it's like walking back into the 1950s. So, whatever. Creek Mary says, one of those things I don't understand. I can't feel good to think like that. Yeah. King Troll says, good if everybody is as nice as you are. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're all human at the end of the day, hopefully. I'm sure that's up for a debate. Look at my puppy dogs in the background. Hey, Penny. So sweet. Creek Mary said, I used to do telephone work and I love that southern accent other places. Yeah. And see, my accent's kind of bad because my parents are both from Mississippi and I grew up in New Orleans. So I have like a little bit of both. Puppies. Look, that's Penny. Hey there, girl. She's so sweet. She's old. She's like probably 9 years. Yeah, she's 9 years old, isn't she? My sweet girl. He's a sweet little baby girl. Meditation Man says, right, call General Beauregard or Jefferson Davis's wife. Yeah. Thank you, King Troll. I'm glad you stopped by to say hey. Alone One says, I love diversity. If everyone in the choir sang the same note, there would be no harmony. That's true. I think, people should celebrate their differences. Just like in the nice to meet you too, King Troll. Skookum says, I watch videos about fairies and trolls, wild stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's just like in the MA community, there are people, there's diversity here, in thought, like diversity of thought, and that's one good thing about people who do see the changes. I mean, they're usually pretty open-minded, Skookum says, I saw a gal I think had a fake pregnancy belly at the DMV. What, like a moon bump? Have you seen those? Crazy. I tell my daughter that if everybody was the same, life would be so boring, and it's true. Or you have like, genetic deformities. Like I have a cousin. I have there's some inbreeding that goes on in my family, and not like really close, but like cousins, like distant cousins, whatever. I have a cousin. My first cousin is he's got like bone tumors and all these problems because my aunt and her husband were distant cousins. So that's not good. It's not good for the health of your babies. Let's see. Do. Skookum, to get ahead in line, she totally looked 9-month progress and was huge. Oh Lord. All right, Poppy. Poppy's going to bed. She was sleepy. Good night, Poppy. Thanks for stopping in. I could see the band holding the fake belly. Oh my goodness. I wonder if she uses it to shoplift. Yeah, Poppy is a sweet lady. Penny, leave my shoes alone, girl. Oh Lord. Did she get a headline? I bet she did. Meditation man says, "Give me a wig and a beach ball." Yeah, they have some places. There's a few malls here that have special parking for expecting mothers. The worst is when you're expecting and men like hit on you because of it. That's always like super creepy. I know men are so disgusting sometimes. I'm not trying to be a man hater, but hey, little girl. Hey, little girl. Where's Abby?
She's right there.
Abby. Look. I don't know
Sit
if
down.
anybody can see you.
Sit.
Sit. Now.
So
There's
dark.
Abby. I don't know if y'all can see her. Oh, don't pull at her. He's so sweet. He's a crazy little baby. Let's see. Skookum says that she didn't get out soon. She was there 4 hours and still looked fresh as a daisy. I waddled and could barely walk at 9 months. Ooh, Lindsay had gout during her pregnancies and she could hardly walk. Ugh. Ugh. I had the gestational diabetes with my second one. That's not good. Yeah, with you, baby.
How's that happen?
I don't know. They made me feel so bad about it too. I mean, it's not like I was trying. And I didn't with my pregnancies, I didn't gain or lose weight.
You go outside.
With either one. But like after I had the babies, I would always be like 25 to 30 pounds lighter. But like I would go to the doctor and they're like, "You're not gaining weight." I'm like, "Sorry, I don't know what to tell you." But I think I was like, the first time I got pregnant, I was like a healthy, like size 8 anyway. So she had no swelling at all. Ooh. I was fortunate to be able to stay home during my pregnancies and like during the first like 3 years of my oldest daughter's life. So my husband did give me that gift. That was nice. But I started to kind of pull my hair out. I needed to get back to work. I just didn't feel, I felt like his child. I hated it. Lynn's V said I gained 40 and 50 pounds with each day. Oh, girl. My sister was like that. She would sit there and eat like a hamburger every day. Like she did stuff like that. So I mean, she gained a lot of weight, though, but she was tiny. I mean, I was a healthy weight, probably a bit overweight. Creek Mary says, I remember weighing whether money on the ground was worth picking up every month before I left more small change. Skookum says I had big babies. I think my first daughter was like 30 days early. This is kind of a gross story, but we went to the doctor. It was like exactly 30 days before I was supposed to have my first daughter. And so we go to the doctor. Let's hide that. Let's see if I can get rid of this guy. right, Larry. You're getting reported to YouTube, a friend. And I'm going to pray for you. That'll block him for good. Lindsay said I was probably underweight before I got pregnant. Yeah, probably. More than 25 pounds. Give me a break. Alone one said my sister had toxemia and her baby was 10 pounds. Ooh. No, but my first daughter, they were like, it's 30 days before you're going to have the baby. And my doctor advised us to stop having sex. So my husband was like, well, we can do other stuff. And we went home, and the moment, that the moment we did something extra, like my water broke right then and there. And I was so angry. I was like, I cannot believe you've done this to me. And I sat in the hospital like that for a couple days, and then they induced labor, and it was bad. And then I ended up having to have a C-section anyway. It's like, I just wonder who Larry is. Like, you know, just wonder what happened to him in his life. You know what I mean? I just wonder, like, Larry, if you're watching, like, who hurt you? It's really sad.
What did he say?
Oh, he came back with the racist stuff again, but I reported
Come
him.
on another account.
Yeah, it was called Larry is Back.
He just made that account.
I know. That's okay.
Does he have nothing better to do?
No, I think he was probably hurt by people, probably harassed. His parents probably made him feel small. They probably ignored him. He was probably the type of child that had, he probably was ignored, and bad attention is better than no attention at all. Yeah, probably. I think Lindsay's right. M. Hobbs says, with my second child, I got deep vein thrombosis. Ooh. Let's see what this. It's so stupid.
Again?
Probably. Report him. It's so crazy. Hurt people. I said that to my boss one time. I was like, Mr. Newton, hurt people. And he just looked at me like I slapped him. Yeah, sending Larry love and peace. That's true. I should just glitched out. That really helped me through some hard times. What, celebrate recovery? It just, it kind of makes me sad that, the people are like so mistreated as children. They feel like they have to, do stuff like that just to feel powerful. Like, what they don't realize is they're really kind of selling their soul when they do that. They're exchanging a piece of themselves to a demon for just a little bit of power. It says they were supposed to give me an eye test at the DMV and they didn't even bother. It just amazes me, like, how sad and lonely, like, some people are, though. I guess I feel too bad for people. I don't know. I'm one of those people, like, if somebody's an asshole, like, make excuses for them. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think they'll receive compassion too. It's very sad. And that's the thing. I mean, if they want a friend, I mean, they could have come on here and been cool. That would have been fine. Alone one says everybody's hurt. Some people just don't have the resources to help them pull out of it. Not even a friend. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I would have been Larry's friend. You know. Creek Mary says, I believe that anger and hate are spiritual. Yeah, yeah, I believe it. I believe that we make bargains with demons all the time without realizing it. You know. Skookum says, one man really loved me, but he was so used to being betrayed and abandoned, he always expected it, even when it wasn't happening. Yeah, I see that a lot. M. Hobbs said, I had to have a C-section, and my blood was so thin, it hit the ceiling of the operating room. And when I was coming out of the anesthetic, they were expressing, oh my God. Mm. Hmm? Sorry, boo. Let me see. You got an invite? Yeah. Where'd they come from? Did you walk outside barefooted?
No, I was washing the dishes.
Oh, yeah. I have to get Daddy to bleach the bricks outside. Let's see. Lindsay says we give them power when we speak about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I am sending them love and understanding though. Expressing the abdomen, yes, that's the worst. I was awake, no meds, and they were doing that to me. M. Hobbs says I nearly died in the hospital as they gave me blood I was allergic to. Oh, that's horrifying. Oh my goodness. Hey, little girl. Hey, little girl.
She looks weird.
He's crazy. They gave me steroids and I was allergic to those too. Ugh. That's horrifying. Lawsuit time. You know, but the doctors always stick together. You know, they're going to sit there and like lose stuff. I hear you crying. See, M. Hobbs says, I think I may have died then. Maybe. Yeah, when you're in the hospital, you really need somebody there, like looking out for you, like a sister or a mother or somebody, like a concerned friend, because they won't take care of you properly. I'm telling you. We're damn lucky to be together now, aren't we? Yeah, like I'm glad that our, all of our consciousness, that we're here and we're finding each other. I just think, that people's souls are like, I think people are like part of the same streams, Like if you think of it like water, I think we all have like a common consciousness. We have something in common. Says I have a group of very good friends who have been between four of them, had 6 babies in the last 8 years. Only 2 were born naturally. We'll see in the doctors too, they can sit there and charge more for the C-sections. But for me, like my first daughter, even though she was 30 days early, she was a stargazer baby. And the very back of her head was like stuck in the top of my birth canal. So if it had been the 1800s, I would have died. Meditation Man says no darker spectrum pot and things are going with us. We can't take them. Vibration can't match the new eras of vibration purging. Yeah. Let's see. All right. That's okay. I'm praying for you, Larry. Father God in heaven, I just pray that you lay it on Larry's heart to be a better person. Fill that person with your love, Lord, and really just, come to Larry, whoever this person really is. And I just hope that they will, feel your goodness and your love, Lord. And, I just, I want you to bless Larry's life. And I want Larry to feel just the magic and love of your presence. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Lindsay says, I have to go to bed and we're being trolled heavily. Yeah, I can get it. It's all right. Skickum says, I had one C section the day before 3 a.m. We turned around from head to toe. Oof. Redhead, of course. Of course. Mm. Good night, Lindsay. Negative isn't evil, it just doesn't match. Yeah. Gave you a wrench, Skookum. My goodness. I didn't even know a baby could do that. Yeah, that's crazy. Hmm. That's just so hard. I wish men could give birth sometimes, just so they could see what it's like. Dropping fast. They're making me yawn too. Yeah. Alone One says, in the early 70s, my sister was a nurse at Maddie Hearsay, Hearsay, I don't know, hospital in Meridian, Mississippi. Hey, a government hospital. One night she had to take care of the nursery alone, 22 babies. Oh my goodness. Alone One, are you in Mississippi? They bitch if they have to shave once a day. I know, right? Or like, heaven forbid, they get sick. They're like big babies, and then you take care of them, and then if you get sick, it's a problem. Franklin, Tennessee. Oh, you're not that far from me then. How far is Franklin from Memphis? They always have overworked nurses. That's true. I always hate to ask nurses for anything. My sister still lives. Oh, in Philadelphia? Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not that far away from Philadelphia, really. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Yeah, you're not that far away from me at all. If you ever get down this way, give me a holler. Because really, I think on the flag, or like if you do about on my channel, like if you go to about, you could find like my Facebook and all that stuff. And you can get to my messenger. Just let me know. We'll go have lunch. It'll be awesome. Because baby, there's some. I mean, you live in Tennessee, I mean, there's some good places to eat around here. Or we could meet in Hattiesburg because Hattiesburg's kind of halfway in between. Meditation man, y'all had a crazy man. There's a lot of crazy Southern politicians. A lot. I remember when I graduated from high school, I had gotten a Louisiana State scholarship because I was like valedictorian in my high school. Like you automatically got one. And I remember my dad being all proud because it was signed by Edwin Edwards, who was like one of the most crooked politicians ever in New Orleans and Louisiana. So, but he was like, "Ooh, it's signed by Edwin Edwards." I was like, "Oh Lord." Alone One says, "I'm down the street from the Texas barbecue place, and you can smell the food a lot of the time." Oh, I love that. I tell you what, though, Memphis barbecue is really good. Like the sauces and stuff. Too bad I can't eat it anymore. Meditation Man says we should make a glossy picture book called Crazy Southern Politicians. I'm telling you, some crazy folks. And I mean, like when you look like at even like the presidential elections, it's really selections, but they the most rambunctious people are always from the South. Like loud, crazy, stupid, those kind of people. Or they pretend to be stupid and they really aren't. Nice coffee table edition. Yeah. I think like Southerners are perceived as like slow because we speak slowly, but you know, I mean, there have been a lot of Southern presidents and whatever. That's because the bloodlines stick together down here. You remember when Wallace was shot? See, I don't remember that. I don't know. It's one of those things I just probably didn't pay attention to. Southern people deal with craziness differently. We put our old crazy relatives out on the porch and give them lemonade and let them wave at the driver's license. It's true. You know, and it's funny. My mom is from a town called Chula, Mississippi, and it's in the Delta. You know, and my grandfather was a landowner. I mean, he has like a plantation there. It's called Cooper Place Plantation. And 1972, I was in history class when it happened. But there they have what they call, what is it, mailbox cocktails. Let's see. But everybody will sit around the mailbox and drink cocktails out of mason jars. The jerk. There you go, dick face. How about that? I'm through praying for you. Let's see, meditation. Man. There you go. You are now a moderator. These people. Yeah, just to bother me. That's fine. So crazy. And mom's was like, I reported him too. It's just so crazy. Yeah. I mean, this is just nuts. Let's see. There you go. Now M. Hobbs is moderator too. That's so crazy. That's just some crazy stuff. Love you, M Hobbs. Yeah, I mean, like I've seen you around forever. AI moderate. Yeah, and so I think that stuff is. I think those things are just like chat bot, chat bots. I guess. Are we an item now? I don't know. Yeah, it's juvenile. It's just crazy. Whatever these people want to do. Yeah, it's just stupid. But whatever. I mean, they're basically talking about my kids. They just keep using the N word. You know. I remember when Joe's grandmother, my husband's grandmother, held Rachel. She was like basically half Creole, half Native American. So she was a little French and all that stuff. Um, they she held Rachel. My daughter Rachel's got like this like porcelain skin, like brown eyes and red hair, and she's like, I never thought I'd have such a white grandbaby.
Wow.
She said, I just never thought. Hey, Raleigh, how you doing? Let's see. Creek Mary says, people like that are why I don't want to do things. The more you get out there, the more crazy people see. That's life, though. There's crazy people everywhere. Let's see. Alone one. It's strange what makes people happy. Larry is happy going into chat rooms and throwing slurs. I'm old and get happy over normal blood pressure and irregular bowel movement. Really? It's true. Raleigh's like, what are we working on tonight? Getting rid of trolls. I'm getting trolled bad. But they keep running in here and throwing up the N word. It's just crazy. It's so silly. Oh yeah, pregnancy horror stories, nutty people, the usual. It's like, it's so funny because like we start out talking about like profound issues and then we always go into like health, babies, that kind of stuff. Lakota. Oh. All right, Raleigh. Be back in a sec. It's been adopted. Hey, Corey Jade. What's up? How are you doing, beautiful? Corey Jade's so pretty. Skookum, I like being adopted in a Scottish clan, sort of. Raleigh, I wasn't given a name by our lodge leader. Says Meditation Man, did you email me? Yeah, Meditation Man, did you email Corey Jade about what's his face? Robert Wood. Meditation Man says, I got a knife from a powwow in Brighton. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. It was a gift from the chief. That's pretty cool. M. Hobb says, you are all very pretty that I've seen online. Oh. You're getting pains across your face and legs. I'm sorry, Corey. I know that's bad. Skookum says you have to meditate on your spirit animal and name. That's right. You got to connect with your roots. Yeah, maybe Robert will take you back. Oh, you did that? You got your name and nails? See, that's cool. Oh, yeah, she says she got it sorted. Yay, you're back on. And it's, I'm glad because, it would really hurt to be like banned from somebody's channel you really enjoyed. Hey, Corey, do you know why Scott and MA aren't streaming lately? I wonder what's going on with them. I wonder if they're hanging out. I hope they're like doing like pub interviews. I like it when they do that. That's some of my favorite ones. And that's why I like what's his name? Suso. I think he owns a bar, but he'll sit there and like quiz people. Let's see, can you go on Robert's video and try to comment? Skookum says I had a wild experience and told a Comanche Apache man. He told me his life story. That is so cool. You ought to record something about it. Corey said, I think they're just taking a bit of a break, probably. M. Hobbs says, I asked that 2 times today and no one has said boo. Yeah, like I just didn't know the reason. I figured they were just like spending time with family or hanging out or doing something. Raleigh says, I gave our lodge leader a regular tobacco and stuff something, but I gave him an alabaster pyramid that I got in Giza. Oh, that's cool. Hmm. I won't be able to type for a bit going to smoke. It's on the blog you have. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh my goodness, crybaby. Just let me know if he allows you to comment. So Skookum says apparently I'd have a vision quest and just didn't know it. That's cool. Raleigh smoke break. New Civilization Network. I'm gonna write that down. Network. Cool. M. Hobbs says, I went to a sweat lodge once and the chief told me I was a healer. Yeah, that's cool. Ooh, thank you for the link. Awesome. See, and now that you have a wrench, you can post links. It's a win-win. There's a place in New Orleans that my friend knows about where you could do the ayahuasca tea experience. It's like $1,000, and they have it. They get it imported from the Amazon. Hey, Patrick Roberts. No, but they get it imported, and then you get like a person, like one person in charge of you. And I've thought about it, but it's just like I'm so old now. I don't know how I would react to it. I'm afraid to do it. And I've heard that people like smoke it, but I don't know. I'm just not willing to do any hallucinogens. I've done so many in my life. I don't think it's a good idea for me to do them anymore. And I did them when I was younger. Alone One says MA had a message up yesterday that he would not be doing the ME24 stream due to current events and the unaffected. Maybe they're getting trolled really bad. Oh well, they gotta do what they gotta do. That's all right. I saw that too, Alone One. He had like a angry face posted, but he deleted it. I didn't see it today. Creek Mary says sounds like drama. Yeah. Save the drama for your mama, baby. There's a link to Skookums is posting a link to her actual story. That's cool. I can't wait to read that. That's going to be a really good read. See, I like stuff like that. Imham said, I did acid for the first time and nobody told me not to look in the mirror. I used to love it. I used to, well, I mean, I was young in high school, but I used to drop acid and I would like stare into the mirror. I loved it. I would sit there and watch my face morph and just be amazed that I didn't recognize that person. So, Creek Mary says drama costs extra. Oh, Patrick Roberts, what did he say? Are you talking about MA? He had something posted saying that he was not streaming it tonight, like due to the drama and the unaffected. Oh yeah, that's right. Corey J says he Alone One says at Corey J. I have him on notifications, and a box came up with that message. And Corey says, yeah, like on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I think I had unsubscribed at that point. I love MA and Scott, but I unsubscribed with when I left the MA 24. I was just like done. But I will go check up on it. Let's see. Apparently, Daniel Thomas is a fecophiliac. It's lovely. Let's report that shit. Just so you know, Daniel Thomas, it smells good because I eat a lot of fruit. All right. Let's see. All right. Martha May. That's funny. I used to have a really good friend that used to call me Martha Macy Webb. Bye, Riley. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, it's after 12:30, and I am gonna go. I need to take a bath and go to bed. Got a long day tomorrow. I am off, but I have to do a lot of bullshit. All right, guys. Well, I thank y'all for listening. Hugs, everybody. Love you guys. Says, who left the 24? You, Martha? Yeah, I left the 24 stream. If you notice, it doesn't say that anymore. So, oh, well. It's just, after the whole Robert Woods thing, I just was like, you know what? I don't know about all that. But at any rate, I'm still going to live stream, but, I'm not going to be called a whore or a shill or any of that stuff. That's not going to work for me. And so I figure if I don't belong to the same group he does, those things won't happen because I won't give a shit anymore. But I love you guys. Y'all have a great... The Robert Wood thing, Creek Mary. Yeah, he started screaming at me. So, I don't know. He thinks I think he had me confused with somebody else. I asked him to forgive me. I said some nasty things to him after he started screaming at me. So, oh well, shit happens. All right, guys, I love y'all, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Y'all have a great day tomorrow. See y'all later.